Hey there, friends and followers. In today's informative video, I'm going to be covering CDD fees. Not only will I describe out what they are, but how they could play a factor in the purchase of your new home. Stick around. So yes, as always, welcome back. So when looking at properties, especially those here in the state of Florida, it's not uncommon to hear the word bond or CDD come up. Now, some properties will lie in a community that have them, others do not. Understanding what they are and how they work will ultimately help you make a decision when it comes to purchasing a home here in the Sunshine State. So first and foremost, what is a CDD? CDD stands for a Community Development District and typically is a board that helps spread out the cost of a given infrastructure and the cost that goes along with maintaining it as well. Some examples of infrastructure items are things like water, sewer, sidewalks, streetlights, security gates, landscaping, and even some of the amenities, parks, and recreation centers for master plan communities. In an effort to lessen the amount of debt of the construction of these items, a special assessment is added to the land and paid annually by homeowners of a given community. This special assessment cost goes towards bonds that are issued by the CDD versus the expense being picked up by either the county in which the community lies or the developer themselves that built the community. Now, CDD amounts can range in cost from as little as $500 annually as much as up to $5,000 annually. It really just depends on, of course, your location, the community, and the amenities offered there within. Please note that the CDD fee is added directly into the annual tax bill, and because it doesn't add any extra value to any given property, it's usually a portion of the tax bill that's going to be non-deductible. Now, some folks will get confused between a CDD fee and an HOA fee. Please be aware that these are two separate entities. The CDD fee is always going to relate back to the community infrastructure and the maintenance thereof, and as mentioned previously, is added to your annual tax bill. An HOA fee, on the other hand, is charged by the Established Homeowners Association and covers the upkeep of that immediate neighborhood and is not added into your tax bill, but rather paid either monthly, quarterly, or sometimes annually. Now, typically a CDD fee has two different parts. The first part being the bond payment. As originally being established as either a 15, a 20, or even 30-year bond, fulfilling that portion of the CDD fee allows the actual bond cost to drop off, at which that point you are left with a portion that directly relates to the operating and maintenance expenses. This, of course, is going to be an ongoing expense in the upkeep of the community infrastructure. Now, a community with a CDD fee may not be for everyone, with some people scoffing at the idea of an added expense, especially those coming from outside of the area or unfamiliar with the idea as a whole. It really all boils down to the type of buyer and personal preference. Granted, you can find great homes in communities without a CDD fee, but if it's that picturesque and meticulously manicured community that you're after, this may be something worth looking into. Now, specifically here in the OCALA Marion County area, we don't have an abundance of CDD communities, but there are some. For example, Candler Hills, Indigo East, and the up-and-coming community Ridge at Heathbrook. CDD communities are more prevalent the further south that you migrate here in the state. When checking into different communities, inquire to see if in fact they have a CDD in place, and if so, how far are they along in the bond of the CDD. In fact, in a given transaction, you can actually negotiate that a seller of a home in a CDD community pay in full the remaining balance of the bond for that CDD at time of closing. Now, for a proposed buyer, this could be a huge win, as you'll be getting the amenities and benefits of what a community has to offer at a fraction of what the cost of living could potentially be. Also, please note that when some homes are listed for sale, the CDD is not always properly recorded into the listing as it should be. This is where you may see tax bill discrepancies for homes in the same immediate area, aside from any homestead or tax bill deductions, and where the importance of having a realtor who can pick up on these things is definitely going to be a benefit to you. Well, there you have it, friends. That is a bit of education on what the CDD fee is and the importance of the role that it could play in the purchase of your new home here in the state of Florida. As always, slide on over to the page, give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date with great information like this. If you have any questions regarding this subject or anything else real estate related, as always, drop a comment below, firing off an email to me. I'd love to be whatever resource I can to you. As always, thanks for tuning in, checking out the videos. We'll catch you guys on the next.